Are you planning to visit Knoxville, Tennessee, and you want a place to grind through some dirt trails? Well, you're in luck, because today, in this video, I'm going to give you 6 mountain biking locations in Knoxville, Tennessee, and we're getting started right now. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to All Things Knoxville with me, Ben Barredo, your local real estate pro and relocation expert for East Tennessee. Before we jump into today's video, I want to remind you that I make videos just like this every single week. So if you like this video, if you want more videos like this, please consider subscribing to help out my channel grow and be a part of connecting me to buyers and sellers across this country who might otherwise never know I exist. And lastly, if you're thinking of moving to East Tennessee, or if you're in East Tennessee and you're thinking of buying, selling, or investing, please give me a shout. I help people across this country, as well as right here in East Tennessee every single day with their real estate needs, and I'd love to help you too. So shoot me a text, an email, a phone call, whatever you need to do to get in touch with me. All the above is easy to do. My contact information is right here. It's down in the description, as well as some links to my website. So with that said, let's jump into the video. So listen, Knoxville has a ton of trails, many of which are constructed on or next to old roadbeds. And they vary from short, smooth, and easy riding to the exact opposite, which makes the city a great mountain biking destination. Regardless of your skill level, this is the place to be. With over 1,000 acres of urban wilderness, the sheer number of trails can be a little overwhelming, but I'm going to help you out today by pointing out the best locations for mountain biking needs. So with that said, let's get started with the first place I want to tell you about, and that is Hall Ridge. Located along the banks of the Clinch River, you'll find nearly 30 miles of trails that make up Hall Ridge, which is located 12.5 miles outside of downtown Knoxville in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. One of the best things about this system of trails is that they're bikeable in any season, each offering distinctly different scenery thanks to the city's humid subtropical climate. Hall Ridge is open year-round, except for a couple of weekends in the fall when it closes for hunting. The park is ideal for beginners looking to hone their wayfinding skills. It's pretty impossible to get lost in this park since everything leads back to the Power Cut Trail or the Middle Trail, one way or another. Both of these trails are the main trails that offer you an exit. If you want to keep things a little less extreme, the perimeter is for you. But if you want a challenge, the inner park option boasts black diamond classification trails. Next on the list is Baker Creek Preserve, consisting of 5 multi-use trails that allow traffic in both directions and 3 downhill tracks that are designed to accommodate more advanced bikers. Baker Creek Preserve is just a stone's throw outside of Knoxville City, and has just over 7 miles of delicious trails for you to devour. The 3 downhill trails are just for bikers, but the rest of the trails are multi-use, so you can expect to run into hikers or runners on your biking adventure. So be careful. Connecting to the city's urban wilderness system via the pedestrian bridge, Baker Creek is home to one of the most sought-after mountain biking trails in the country. That's right, the country, because Knoxville beat out Asheville, Oregon, and San Francisco, California to receive a $100,000 grant to build the preserve's 8.8-mile Devil's Racetrack downhill trail. Number 3 is Iams Nature Center, and you've heard me talk about this place before, because if you're less than an expert and you want to improve your skills, Iams Nature Center is the perfect spot for you. The center has 9 miles of beginner to intermediate trails that are challenging but not that difficult for learners, particularly suited for those who might not have their own bike yet. You can rent bikes at the visitor center at Iams. If you're looking for a road bike and a mountain bike, they're all rentable at River Sports Outpost at Iams Quarry, both at reasonable prices. And once you're ready to warm up, hit the Flow Trail, a quick 1-mile single track within the larger system at Iams Nature Center. It's also a great cool down after a long day of riding. Just don't try it after a good rain because it'll be a little too slick. Forks of the River is the next place, which is also part of the larger urban wilderness and urban loop. Forks of the River's trail are located within a wildlife management area just under 5.5 miles from the city. With easy to moderate offerings, the 8.4 mile trails can be completed in just a couple hours. While the trails here aren't the most extreme you'll try, the scenery that surrounds them is hard to beat. I mean, it's quite a beautiful place. Everything from wildflowers to thick forests are going to surround you. There is some closures during the hunting season at Forks of the River, so make sure to double check your schedule before you go. 5 is Concord Park, and this is a moderate trail system offering about 10 miles of choices through what feels like uncharted wilderness, which means that there's a good chance you'll encounter wildlife along your journey. Also popular with hikers and trail runners, expect to run into other people on the trail along the way with maybe even pups and on a dog leash as they go. Rain makes everything on the trail a bit slippery, so use extra caution if the trail is wet, and be prepared for scratched ankles in the summer since the trail can become a bit overgrown. 6 is I.C. King Park, a local favorite. These trails butt up against the inlet of the Tennessee River, making for some pretty striking backdrops. The 8 miles of multi-use trails that you'll find in I.C. King Park are shared by bikers, runners, and hikers alike. Yet there tends to be plenty of room for everybody. Most of the trails are pretty mellow, but if you climb the ridge and you want a bit of a challenge on the way up, there is a bit of a steep trip, and it makes it a lot of fun going back down. Don't ride here when the trails are wet. It can really tear you up. Well, hey, that's it for today's video. I really appreciate you checking it out. I hope you found it helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, if you need anything at all, don't hesitate to give me a call. Have a great day. See you next week.